Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about Chiliz. Obviously, we've got some events going on in the football world, so Chiliz is getting more and more interesting. However, the overall chart here still hasn't really changed since my last update. We're hovering around the 22.5 cent area. I wanted to start the video just with some all-time high targets. Should we make it to a new all-time high and should we break above the $1 level, which is this wave 1 high? So wave 1 in Elliott Wave is always usually an impulse. It can be a diagonal pattern, but usually an impulse. And it usually goes into the direction, or it does go into the direction of the higher level trend, which means, as we're currently counting this move up here as wave 1, this means the overall trend on the chart is up. Now that is the very long-term trend. Of course, we've got some short-term trends in here as well. But if we consider this spike, which was back in March 21 as a wave 1, the last low here, which occurred at around 6 to 7 cents in June, or May it was actually, as a wave 2, then the next wave up should ideally be a third wave, a wave 3. So you might hear actually the rain hammering against the window. We have again very good weather here in England today, so please excuse that, but it might actually calm the nervous mood in the crypto market a little bit. Some rain background. But anyway, we are looking here at the 1.618 FIB extension in the wave 3, which would be the all-time high target. That is at $1.62. That is quite a decent increase from currently. And I think looking at the chart, I mean, this could happen fairly quickly in a, let's say, a hype environment. As you can see how quickly it did rise back in early 2021. Of course, you know, this is speculative how long something takes, so I can't promise that to you, but it's just that you know, if a wave 3 really kicks off, it can go fast. Are we generally in an environment that would allow that? Well, that's exactly the reason for generally concern, obviously, you know, with the recent issues we had in the crypto space, and we still have. So it's something to be aware of, that obviously the new, let's say, new investors that might come in, they are a bit doubtful. You might actually have to wait a little bit longer now that new people come into the space, whereas some actually see it as opportunity with low prices generally. But I think the general message needs to be, especially with altcoins, just be a bit careful, right? And obviously use your hardware wallet or software wallet and not leave anything on exchanges that you don't need to hold there. But yeah, okay, if we see this as a wave 2, basically an ABC correction that came down, bottomed out, then we could say we are now in this third wave. But within the third wave, obviously we've got our subwaves, and we're currently exploring if this here is a lower level, lower degree 5-wave pattern to the upside that could be unfolding within that third wave in yellow. And that's exactly what we're looking at here. At the moment, you could argue that within this yellow wave count, obviously, you have your subwave. This here can count as a wave 1, which peaked in September at around 28 and 29 cents. We then came down in an ABC correction. The latest drop here on the 9th of November, triggered by FTX. That was then possibly the wave C low. At least that is how we can currently see it. We had a nice reaction actually to that support here at 15 cents. And since then have been moving up. And this could now be, if we now look at the scenario that we might be in a third wave, so basically the third wave of the third, yeah. In this third wave of the third, we again have subwaves. So you can see that the increase from 15 cents to 23 cents was actually quite impulsive. So I'm counting this again as a wave 1. This here as a wave 2 dip, and we could now be in the third wave to the upside. Here I identified a support area for you, basically a long trade area, which so far has worked out. We have increased since then. We moved all the way up to nearly 24 cents, but we have not substantially broken the wave 1 yet. So let me go to the 1 hour chart and we see a bit more detail. But the point is that this increase, Chiliz is one of the few coins that actually increased in 5 waves here, which is rather bullish. Then came down in a wave 2. We've been holding support here, this support box, and we are now moving higher. But at the moment we have not, as I said, substantially broken the wave 1 high yet. That breaking it, and that would be sort of the 23.8 cent level, breaking it would be a signal that we are actually in the third wave to the upside in orange. And I can give you also a target for that wave, but provided, and that is sort of the condition that this holds, you know, that this is working out, is that the wave 2 support area holds, and this goes down to 16.5 cents. So yeah, between 16.5 and 19.8 cents basically. But the target for the wave 3 in orange would be around 32 to 33 cents. Bear in mind there is strong resistance probably at this wave B high just below 30 cents. But yeah, this is sort of at the moment what we're looking at. And also if we zoom in further, this could be a bit of a, let's say, a bull flag that's forming here, or a bullish pennant, some kind of a, let's say, a triangle pattern here that's occurring. I mean, generally it certainly has a chance to move up, especially with the, let's say fundamental things and the sentiment that's going around the football world. So there is certainly some opportunities to move higher. It should, however, not drop below that wave 2 low. Ideally, that's below 18.7 cents. Ideally, it's holding that level. And then if it drops below that, it needs to hold 17.8. And if it drops below that, it needs to hold 16.5. But then every support level that gets broken reduces the likelihood of a successful wave 3 to the upside. But for me at the moment, you could say the trend is up, especially as we have broken above this yellow descending trend line. Yeah, you can see it coming down here. What trend line is that? That's the trend line that is running from the spike in 2021 all the way down to today by connecting here 1, 2, 3 touch points down there, and we broke it recently. So, you know, you could argue we are sort of at least in a short-term uptrend here, and we certainly have a chance to move higher. But we also need to say if especially this significant swing low at 16 cents, which is round about the lower support of the yellow box, you know, if that breaks, then this whole pattern might actually not work out. And but if we break this significant swing low, I think then we have a good chance to come down to 7 cents again. And if we come down to that level, we might as well do a new low actually. But for now, we can focus on higher. I think it certainly has a potential to move up from here, but obviously we cannot rule out at this stage, generally with the uncertainty that's going around, a breakout to the downside. You know, this is not an established uptrend yet, but certainly a chance. You know, it's a potential, and that's all there is, you know, in trading really at the moment, especially in the crypto world. Now, if we look at, you know, there's one more thing I want to look at, which is sort of the yellow line here that's coming up, which is the moving average, the 50-day moving average. We have also broken above that, and we're currently holding above it. So also that is another indicator that we're in a sort of short-term uptrend. We've just broken above that, which is yeah, usually a trend filter, but we need to certainly establish ourselves above that now, and then we can move up in wave 3. But again, be aware the wave B is resistance there around 29 to 30 cents. Yeah, that's my update about Chiliz. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.